I don't like fighting fights that I can't win.
Jay-Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
Put Cam on the phone.
Diplomat Records, and we pay them.
Put Cameron on the phone.
And you know.
Put Cameron on the phone.
Hang on.
Says it, Cam, you really want that?
No, that's what I was asking. Can you do it? That's what I'm asking.
What I'm saying to you is, listen, let me explain something to you. I'm saying to you, I got projects over there. I just signed. See, you getting ready to turn it into something else. Check this out.
What is you talking about?
You're not going to be, you can ready to cause a whole different situation. Watch this.
Let's not make it a different situation.
He thinks that it's good. He thinks that it's good to go in the competition. I'm not going to stop competing.
How much did the mouth sell, Curtis?
That's why I didn't never make it a 50 Cent versus Dipset thing. I just kept it 50 Cent and Cameron because he made a mistake. You know what I mean?
But
see, where's Cameron? He's missing right now.
Okay, but is Jim Jones part of G-Unit?
Damn, show some courtesy, Curtis. Rewind it, DJ Curtis. You ain't 50 Cent.
Now I know a lot of you looking like, damn, wait a minute. Cam is on This Is 50? What the f is going on? Yo, Cam, it's no secret that you and Fifth had issues or whatever. You know, and as grown men, we grow, and we all come together and we work shit out. How and why what brings you on This Is 50? How did we get to this point?
Like, our issues was music. It wasn't nothing really, no big deal. I mean, MC Shan and KRS-One had issues, you know what I'm saying? Like, hip-hop beef been going on for years, and it ain't never been no real shoot 'em up, bang, bang, not even no fight type situation. It was all music. It was nothing more than music. So, you know, that was 10 years ago, and we moving on to bigger and better things. So me and 50 had a conversation, and we good.
Yeah, this is why I was saying I knew what old boy was doing with the Super Bowl. Because he was doing, like, slick shit. Like,
go ahead.
He was doing some wild shit, Ken, because he was saying that to Eminem that the NFL had the issue with me. And I'm like, well, what's the issue? Why don't I have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team, but they got an issue with my performance? Right. Makes no sense. You know what I mean?
I was going to get to that later, but since we're here now. And when he says "oh boy" for the audience that don't know, he's talking about Jay-Z.
In one freestyle, Jay-Z called out almost every person who has come for him in the last 2 years.
You want it one way, it's the other. I still on you suckers, I'm mauling you niggas, gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel the brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a B to even say my name.
Drake.
Remember when Hov like did the button-ups and tried to make everybody dress formal to like regular events?
Kanye used to...
Man, really try to make it like formal. Like if you're not in formal dress code,
Kanye
like
did that too, though. It was a point when Kanye did that. When he was just wearing like wedding suits everywhere.
Nicki Minaj.
She feels like Lil Wayne should have been the performer at the Super Bowl in New Orleans.
That is funny as hell. Read that one again. What he said.
She did a whole list.
She said, "Dear #Jay-Z, you ruined hip hop, you ruined football, you ruined basketball, you ruined touring, you ruined Instagram, you ruined Twitter. The jig is up. All of this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only." And she also is saying, she's mentioning Desiree, who is one of Jay-Z's.
You might as well say Jay-Z's the head of Doge. Jay-Z invaded Gaza. You might as well just come on, add some more to that, Nicki. Don't stop there.
Kanye.
I have another theory. It's about football and music industry, but I want you to get that Jay-Z answer.
It's room for everybody. I ain't got to be on stage all the time. It's like, you know what I mean? But then there is a king. There's a king, and I'm the king.
Dame Dash.
Who got a better catalog, Jay or Kanye?
Kanye. Kanye destroys Jay. Kanye destroys Jay. It's not even the same class. You know what I mean? As far as artistry goes and being creative and all the verticals that are stimulated and the people, no one wants to dress like Jay can't do a clothing line. Kanye has a movement, you know, he's unstoppable. You know, like Kanye don't need nobody to fill an arena. You know, homeboy needs friends.
If you talked about Jay-Z publicly, you caught a bar at the Roots picnic.
You ever heard of a wonder kid? My children is some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get under skin? I really get under skin. Ask how I'm playing. Y'all thugs with y'all thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch y'all saniac in my presence, nigga, straight. I need a new therapist. This shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut-ass nigga still stuttering. And Chatty Patty down on his luck again. Quest introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him.
But one man has been talking louder than almost anyone. One man called Jay-Z a gay painter, said he blocks people's careers in business, said Roc Nation tried to squeeze him out of one of the biggest stages in the history of entertainment. 50 Cent has been loud about Jay-Z for years.
Jay-Z ain't answering the phone?
He ain't answering the motherfucking phone.
Go against Jigga, your ass is bitch. I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 cents? Go to war.
Piece of work, man. He always put somebody in front of him. When Jada came for him, he put Beanie in front of him. And Beanie went back and forth with Jadakiss. When Cam came for him, he put True Life in front of him. And they went back and forth. And he just didn't compete.
And Jay-Z said absolutely nothing about him on that stage. That is not an accident. That is a decision. And once you understand what these two men actually are to each other, what they've done, what they've taken, what they've protected, that silence will tell you everything about how power actually works in hip-hop.
He said something about me first on your show, Tim.
It must have gone over my head at the time.
Yeah, all right, well, look. What happened is...
What happened?
You was talking to him about the Kanye West.
He was actually sitting where you're sitting right now.
Right. About the Kanye West thing. And I said at that point that Kanye wouldn't have came and took no trophy from me. And Jay goes, let's get it straight. Nobody's afraid of 50 Cent. Let's be
put
clear.
It out there.
Nobody's afraid of 50 Cent.
Put it out there random from nowhere.
Yeah, but really he should have been making it clear with you.
Which he didn't.
He didn't make it clear with you that he's not a punk. See, at that point, his safe presentation, he's not identifying with the transition and difference and the perception of Jay-Z. Now he's really safe, and people feel comfortable with him because they know he's not going to do anything inappropriate or try not to is inappropriate. Meanwhile, when he's saying he's not afraid of 50 Cent, why would you have to make that clear when no one's ever asked me if I'm afraid of Jay-Z?
It was random at the time.
Yeah.
Came from nowhere.
He probably didn't mean it.
How did you feel about it?
It was interesting. It just was something to address because it was public. If it was something that was being said behind the scenes, I would have probably said, well, anybody that would openly be afraid of somebody would be a complete punk where I'm from. So maybe he ain't as soft as he looks. But he does look like his presentation is really safe. Even the glasses, what the glasses represent? Intelligence, right? A nerd, maybe? 4 eyes. What are some of the things that come along with you being a nerd? Like, don't hit a guy with 4 eyes. Like, he doesn't want any trouble. It makes you more approachable, doesn't it?
Can I live? Look, if I shoot you, I'm famous. If you shoot me, you're brainless. You said it yourself. I'm slick enough to twist your lines and send them back at you. Swift enough to snatch the Mac and pop that at you. Take it personal. See if I won't send you to hell. I done told Tony Pope they better have my bell.
Jay-Z and 50 Cent are both New York, but they are not the same New York. Jay-Z is Brooklyn, The Rock, The Boardroom. 50 Cent is Queens, G-Unit, The Street Corner, and The Lawsuit.
I'm like on the bottom, you know. Like it's better now. You know, with no fucking grass here. No, none of this shit's here. Over time, my grandma, you know, changed the shit up, fixed things up. But it's all good. It's still, while we sitting here, we a block away from the projects. It might feel like a residential area, like it's okay and it won't go down, but it will. This is the best place for it to happen.
When 50 Cent exploded in 2003 with Get Rich or Die Trying, he immediately became the most dangerous man in hip-hop. Not because of his music, but because of his hunger. He went at everyone. Ja Rule, Murder Inc., Fat Joe, Cam, anyone in his way. Jay-Z watched all of it and did not move.
This flow's God sent. It's bound to be problem child. What?
Yo, what's up, yo? This is 50 Cent. We out here in Queens, in front of my grandmama's house. Chilling. This is my DVD for my new album, Get Rich or Die Trying. We done been to Puerto Rico. We done been all over the place. Having a good time.
That is the distinction that defines this entire story. Jay-Z does not respond to everything. He responds to what threatens him. And in the early 2000s, 50 Cent, despite being loud, despite being dangerous, was not operating in Jay-Z's lane.
There ain't never been no 50 Cent Jay-Z conversations, questioning whether there was a competition between the two of us. There's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records, plural, 2 of them sold 5 million. That's Get Rich or Die Trying and The Massacre. You know, so it's a huge difference in who we are with each other internationally. Let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there. Because America can be purchased. We can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world, there's not enough marketing dollars to go around to change the way the rest of the world feels about you. You know, but the work that Beyonce did makes it great. Because she did a lot of traveling, a lot of work. Even Kelly's career is a reflection of that. Having a #1 record in all of the territories outside of America because there's no marketing dollars to make her Beyonce in America.
50 sold records. Jay-Z was building an empire. They were competitors in music. They were never competitors in business. And that difference is the key to understanding why 50 Cent gets a pass that Dame Dash will never get. Dame was inside the empire. 50 was always outside it.
So I was going to get to that later, but since we're here now. And when he says, oh boy, for the audience that knows, he's talking about Jay-Z. This was discussed before. Jay-Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just
threatened.
Possibly. Not even threatened. You know, I think it's just when you take the competition from like our culture is competitive, man. It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, you're not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It don't make sense. Like, what are we competing for? What's the goal? Like this even like a lot of the even a lot of the competitive stuff, or we would call it beef, right? And it changed. That terminology changed when it's Biggie and Tupac, because we start saying the things that people would say that cause beef in the environment. When before that they called it battling in our culture. Right. Because that's what it is until it turns into some street shit. So when you're not competing for those things anymore, and you start looking and you're going, so what was the problem? You can't exactly remember what the problem was. That's what I went through with Joe. Like my issue with Joe, I was like, yo, I think what was the like? When did we bump into each other and have an altercation or anything? It wasn't that. It was just he's loyal to a default. He was so loyal that he was like on a side without having to be on the side. You know, and then that, you know, it dissolves itself over time because you ain't really got an issue.
They worked together when it made sense. When it didn't, they kept their distance.
Y'all was finna blow like C4, stunting the G5, flying the G4, G-Unit footwear, G apparel. I'm so hood, that blue and that white looks so good. Hip hop, man, we gonna take it to the next level.
50 Cent described in 2011 with more clarity than most analysts ever have. He said, "We don't have those kinds of relationships. These are people I associate with. We are in the same business. We are not necessarily friends. Not enemies, not friends, business. That framing matters more than anything else in this story."
And y'all wonder why we not friends. Best thing I could do is not build with you when I could destroy you. That takes some fucking discipline. You know, I remember one time walking in the studio and it was like a small gap and Bleak Beans, everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now, just flood it, put out a lot of music because 50 Cent is coming. And you know, 4 months later, in the club hit and it was over. And it was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out.
To understand the Roots Picnic silence, you have to go back to the most watched entertainment event in American history. In 2019, Jay-Z's Roc Nation struck a deal to become the league's official live music entertainment strategist. That means Roc Nation doesn't just perform at the Super Bowl, it decides who performs. It curates the entire halftime show.
The responsibility of what we built at Roc Nation is, you know, it's a huge responsibility. It's the best thing that happened. But for the entire goal is to get the laws changed and make them fair for everyone in this country, because this is, right, it's supposed to be America, the land that's free.
That is an extraordinary amount of power for one man to hold over an industry. When 2022 arrived and Dr. Dre was selected to headline Super Bowl 56, the announced lineup included Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and Mary J. Blige. 50 Cent was not on that list. 50 Cent's name was nowhere in the marketing, nowhere in the press releases. He was not part of the show, and according to 50 himself, that was not an oversight. In a Hollywood Reporter interview in July 2024, 50 Cent said directly, "Roc Nation, yeah, they didn't want me there. They wanted to leave me out of it."
So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50. Right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
so
this.
Now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they're Harper. Nobody, like when I reach out, because I want to see what the complications are, when nobody has any information about it, and it only came from that angle, I have to believe that was something from that.
Did you and Jay-Z ever have a conversation, or y'all in different offices as far as like?
We don't need to talk about nothing.
I heard that.
He made it onto that stage for one reason. Eminem, 50 Cent told the Hollywood Reporter, M wouldn't do it without me. That's how I ended up on the show, because he was not coming if I didn't do it. The moment became one of the most iconic images of the entire show. 50 Cent, upside down from the ceiling, performing one of the biggest songs of the 21st century in front of 100 million viewers, was not supposed to be there. The story was confirmed on Drink Champs shortly after. He said Jay-Z told him directly, the white guy called for 50 Cent. M called directly for 50 and said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 with me.
I hit the homie, the big homie Jay-Z, right? And I told him to come pull up on me. And he pulled up on me. And this is exactly, I swear to God, my nephew, where my nephew at? He right here to the left. I said to my nephew, I said, yo, listen, I have to ask him this straight up. So I said, yo, why? Who is the people that's on NFL? And he said to me, and I'm sorry for anybody who don't understand. And he said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. He said,
That's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't break 50.
But that's his guy.
That was beautiful.
And guess who's Dre's guy?
Your guy. Let's make some noise.
50 Cent's response was immediate. He went to Instagram and wrote, "Why would he have to say that should be the question." And then, in the same post, he called Jay-Z a gay painter, referencing his new afro hairstyle. Calculated chaos, as always.
It feels weird. It feels like we should be having beef.
But you've been insinuating Jay-Z a little bit.
No. He would do funny, funky stuff like the Super Bowl. Like it was not okay for me to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, he tried to cut that.
Yeah, he didn't want to make like there was an issue with me in the NFL that doesn't exist.
So he did the corporate way of trying to keep you down. Oh, it's not me. It's not.
When M says he's not going to do it if I'm not there. Then,
what's your and Jay's issue?
It's just competitive stuff.
It's really just competitive.
This is what I'm saying. When it gets past actual art and you're trying to block something that's in business, then...
So that's the behind the scenes thing that we don't see. It's one thing when there's like people talking about each other in music, but there's behind the scenes business deals. And it's not like you're going to go public and be like, they tried to stop my vitamin water.
And you go, he said that to you? Like...
wow. I get that.
Like they'll speak to your temperament. Like say, you know, if 50 is a little crazy, he'll say anything. You see what saying anything did to Kanye.
So they're he's basically trying to scare people out of doing deals and shit.
2 years later, 50 Cent went on Cam's show and broke it down further. He said, "I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Right now, he's not even competing for a slot. I knew what he was doing with the Super Bowl because he was doing some slick shit."
And then it's ill because when the NFL has no issues, things like that, this is why I was saying I knew what old boy was doing. Right. With the Super Bowl. Because he was doing like slick shit. Like,
go ahead.
He was doing some wild shit, Ken. Because he was saying that to Eminem that the NFL had the issue with me. And I'm like, well, what's the issue? Why don't I have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team, but they got an issue with my performance? Right. Makes no sense. You know what I mean?
I was going to get to that later, but since we're here now. And when he says "oh boy" for the audience that don't know, he's talking about Jay-Z. This was discussed before. Jay-Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just
threatened.
Possibly. Not even threatened. You know, I think it's just when you take the competition from. Like our culture is competitive, man. It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It don't make sense. Like what are we competing for? What's the goal? Like this even like a lot of the even a lot of the competitive stuff, or we would call it beef, right? And it changed. That terminology changed when it's Biggie and Tupac, because we start saying the things that people would say that cause beef in the environment.
Right.
When before that they called it battling in our culture.
Right.
Right. Because that's what it is until it turns into some street shit. Like so, when you're not competing for those things anymore, and you start looking and you're going, so what was the problem? You can't exactly remember what the problem was. That's what I went through with Joe. Like my issue with Joe, I was like, yo, I think what was the like? When did we bump into each other and have an altercation or anything?
Right.
It wasn't that. It was just he's loyal to a default.
Right.
He was so loyal that he was like on the side without having to be on the side.
Right.
You know, and then that, you know, it dissolves itself over time because you ain't really got an issue.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He knew. He said it publicly. He called it slick. And he still didn't get a bar at the Roots picnic. That should tell you something about how Jay-Z calculates.
Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You trying to break the government. I prayed for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrists get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up to Hove. I never looked up to them.
Here's the thing that most people miss when they analyze the Jay-Z and 50 Cent dynamic. Jay-Z did not ignore 50 Cent at the Roots picnic because he's afraid of him. Jay-Z ignored 50 Cent because dissing him publicly has no return on investment.
Man, like if you look at, I'm ready. Like they're gonna see after I start touring and moving around, they're gonna understand the difference between the two projects and the energy when you make great hip hop music versus, you know, the commercialized music. You know, like those other projects are kind of softer. Like everybody is my record feels like it's the hardest thing out at this point is because they're making music that is softer. You know, I didn't figure out a way to invent something that is harder than everything that's there. Like they're just making this new music that feels completely different. We're being invaded by hipsters.
Think about who Jay went at on that stage and why. Dame Dash, someone inside his own history who has been publicly undermining his legacy for years. Dame is a narrative threat.
Let me just tell you something. I'm a founder, and you can't tell somebody that did all those things to do it different. If I wouldn't have done it the way I did it, there would be no Jay-Z. I'm going to say this, and you ask Jay-Z anytime, there would be no Jay-Z as a rapper if it wasn't for me. He wasn't trying to do it.
He wasn't trying to rap?
No, he was trying. He was rapping with jazz. He had stopped completely. He was hustling.
Yeah, I think in the beginning it's about you and your circle. Okay. Right? You take your circle, you got the people that grind with you every day and share your dreams and slept on the floor with you, and you know, and then you make it out. And then you look and he's like, okay, what else? Right? What else? Like, how else can I be of service? You achieve these goals that you thought were, you know, unattainable in the beginning, and you achieve them. And then you look around and you say, okay, how can we duplicate this? The reason we created Roc Nation was to be able to say, okay, this is all the information we gathered. Here it is, Rihanna. Here it is, Kanye. You know, whomever, right? Like, and just like here's the information. So if we achieve those goals at 36, you do it at 26.
As I've always said, I don't trust dudes. In the Bible, the closest person to Jesus killed them. And it always happens that your best friend is the one that the person you've given the most to hates you the most for some reason. I saw it happen with Jay. But you think I'm gonna let that shit happen twice? Once I saw them hip smacks, I started to pause. I started to prepare. So God keeps doing that because it keeps working. That trick keeps working. But I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm gonna be prepared.
And speaking of Aaliyah, that's another rumor that's been going around for a while too. And I hate to even ask you about this, but I'm sure you've been saying the same thing. It's been a rumor going around about that, about how she was with Jay first and you took her from Jay.
He was talking to her, but I didn't know. He's sneaky, so I didn't know. So when I was talking to her, she was like, how's Jay? And so she said, like, he must have tried it too. So it wasn't like I knew, I didn't know. Like with Beyonce, it was some sneaky shit. That nigga flew to LA and stood, and it was, you know, he's slick, pause, he's cunning. So you never really know what you don't know who Jay's fucking with. The way he pulled Beyonce was cunning. Real cunning. But that's his business, I ain't know. So let me just say this. You see how you say it's, wait. You see how you say it's going around the internet? That's why I have to speak on certain things, or else it'll stay going around the internet and people will believe it, and it does affect my business. But if you're not a boss, you don't understand that. That's the reason why you see the dude from Apple, before he died, he said his truth because he knew algorithms. What's his name? Steve Jobs. You see Elon Musk speaks a lot. Because the reason why you didn't speak before is because there wasn't an internet, there wasn't an algorithm, there wasn't social media. So now you have to approach business a little different. You have to be able to adjust. There's different weapons out there and there's different ways to fight them. These people that do certain things, they know about clipping, I know all the tricks, I just don't do them. I don't have to pay for rhythm. I am rhythm.
It's called cross-marketing. Smart from him. Like, Jay wouldn't be who he is today without Beyonce, right? Right. So he understood cross marketing of the brands through relationships, and that's what he was. He dated Blue Cantrell.
Right.
You know, it was a few of them, but he had to find the one that he could go public with, and it was Beyonce.
Right.
And even when he was with Beyonce, he was sneaking around at first until he felt comfortable enough to say, "Oh, this is my girl." Because you gotta remember, she was with a bunch of dudes before him.
Right. So where does Dame enter the picture of Aaliyah?
He backdoored this man.
He just blatantly stole her, or did they kind of like fall
He
out?
backdoored his man. He's shooting at her, knowing that his man is interested in her. Got in her head. Jay running around not wanting to be, public. And Dame said the right things to get her ear, and she went that way.
So do you think it's fair for Jay to feel some type of way towards Dame if he kind of snaked?
Yeah, because he tried it with Beyonce too. When we was at the Change Clothes video shoot, Dame was trying to shoot at Beyonce too, and that was it for Jay. Like, damn, nigga, you took Aaliyah. Like, now you shooting at this one too. I really like this one, my nigga. I might even marry her. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So yeah, that video shoot was a lot of.
And
Dame and Bleak got into it. Dame told a nigga, you can get off the label that day.
Right. So this is when things were getting really bad.
Oh, that was it. That day was it. That was it. Like, nigga, you try to holler at Beyonce, you told Bleak you'll drop him. Like, you know what I'm saying, from the label, that was it, man.
Being a grown black man that you are now, looking back at that, do you think that's pretty corny that they fell out over women? Or that they were partially to blame?
I mean, no, I don't think it's corny. I think it got to a point of disrespect. Our friendship should supersede all the women. You know what I'm saying? Now you did it once, and I let it go. You got the girl, but now you doing it again. It's that now is disrespect, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah. And Dame seemed like he talked about Aaliyah. He seemed like he really liked it.
The girl Dame with now was Ski girlfriend from Ski Beats, the producer.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
She was with Ski first. Dame took her from Ski. That was his Ski's chick.
Right.
That Dame took her, had a kid with her, married her. Dame can't go out there and get his own. He'll take you. Don't bring your girl around him.
Kanye, a former business partner who has used Jay's name in his public breakdown for 2 straight years. Kanye is an emotional threat.
Jay said you went too far talking about his family. Do you feel that? You feel like you went too far?
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
So you feel like Jay was tossing you money as opposed to giving you the information? Because the infamous line on 444 is, I gave Kanye 20 mil without thinking. He gave me 20 minutes on stage. What was he thinking? Oh, I think it was 20 mil without blinking, whatever it was. He gave me $20 million.
That concept that you gave me, that he gave me the money, that's what frustrated me, because actually the money he got it from Live Nation. Roc Nation was managing me at the time. That's something normal that someone would give someone a touring deal. Mm-hmm. It was a touring deal. But the fact that it was worded that it came from him, I'm a very loyal, emotional, artist person, That made me feel like I owed more than just the money itself, for the fact that it came from him. It just put me under a bit more of a kind of controlled situation. It's and I'm only acting out of love. I don't need to be controlled. I just need to be inspired and informed. And I can be the best Ye in that way. But if I have I gave you this on it, and I don't have the full information of how it happened. Now, that said, I think there was some love in that, because on Jay's part, because he did have to co-sign for it when the Live Nations and these different companies wouldn't co-sign for me, and I was in debt, Jay did have to go up and say, I'm a co-sign for Ye.
Gotcha.
So the thing is, it's one of those ones, like, have you ever done something where you did something for someone that's positive, but it was something about the way you did it that kind of like blew the whole thing up?
Yeah.
So Jay did something that was positive, but the fact that I didn't receive the information in the right way, because I always feel like, man, I'm out here in Hollywood. I'm out here like my mom's passed. I don't know who I can trust. I don't trust nobody.
And Jay was big brother. His big brother.
Yeah.
But I feel like both of y'all might have reacted emotionally though. Meaning that like you reacted emotionally when you was on stage and you ranted, and then he replied in a record. You know, that's not really his character to do something like that. To put out like, this is what I did for such and such.
I mean, yeah, but he did it in a brotherly way. You know, he could have he could have released an entire record or something like that. It was just a bar. You know what I mean?
Takeover.
Yeah, could have went crazy. Got every single piece of information that possible on my life and stuff. Know the finances, all that. You know, so even like when I tweeted, I was in debt. That gave me power. That I took my power back, because it's like someone trying to say like, yo, if you say this, you're not gonna be cool no more. And it's like, man, my financial situation don't make me.
Yeah.
I'm in debt, now what?
Jay said you went too far talking about his family. Do you feel that? You feel like you went too far?
Well, it depends on how you look at it. If we're family, if we're brothers, and we are family, then
it's your family too.
Then it's my family. If we're business associates and then it was too far.
Gotcha.
You know, respectfully, you know. I gotta say, you know, I was hurt about them not coming to the wedding. I understand they was going through some things, but if it's family, you know, you're not gonna miss a wedding. You know, and I'm not using this interview to put any negative things, but I gotta state
just expressing yourself.
Yeah, I gotta state my truth. Like, and then that one thing happens, and another thing happens, another thing happens, another thing's happening. You just start coming up with all type of crazy ideas in your head and stuff. Like, why? And obviously it's me. I'm like wild out personality and stuff. I'm like the cousin you can't bring nowhere, all this type of stuff, obviously. But
that's interesting about the wedding. Did they not come? Because, you know, in the press it was Beyonce has a problem with Kim, or, you know, they don't like all the Kardashian reality show type thing. Or maybe now in hindsight, maybe it was because they had their own issues that they was trying to work out. What do you think it was?
I'm not sure. I'm past it, but at the time I was hurt about it.
Did you ask them?
I don't think I ever asked them that question directly. Maybe talking through someone I worked with them and that kind of thing, but never directly. So funny, I just could never erase the way Tata would look at me sometimes when I go to the studio. And I always felt like it was an air of that, like no matter how big you get, nigga, fuck you, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. And that's how I always feel. That's how he always makes me feel. So whenever I like get mad at Jay, I get mad at Tata at the same time. I always like, I kind of pull him into the same thing. Cause you know you'll never forget that.
Jay-Z called me, bro. You still ain't called me.
Drake, the only rapper in the last decade who made Jay-Z feel what 50 Cent made him feel in 2003. Competition at the top level.
Conspiracy to undermine Drake, I guess. But like, what the fuck? Like what? I'm fucking Jay-Z. Or due respect to him, I'm fucking old.
My verse was way harder on Light Up before. A song that I had used I had done a song and then the song was never supposed to, nothing was supposed to happen with it and it leaked. And then the bars from that song were just so hard. It was a song with Big Sean. And those bars, there were some bars on that song that fit so much better on Light Up. It made so much more sense. And the last night before mastering, I had to go in and switch the first 12 bars. So on Light Up, I lost my footing a bit. Jay came and killed me on that.
And things like that.
I remember when you wanted to sign Wayne before Wayne really took off.
Yeah.
So you have that kind of vision. So who do you see now that's going to be here 10 years from now? Have they reached the level to get a shout out?
Yeah. These people that I'm about to mention definitely reached the level. I mean, obviously, J. Cole, Drake, absolutely. First verse is me complaining about it. The fame. She cheats on me. She hangs out with Kanye and Drake and J. Cole. And what I do, I took her back. So when it's my turn, I take her back. So the whole thing is about fame. And then the second verse is about, fame. It's not really about anything. So I start the rationalizing and it says people dying back where I was from, putting it in real perspective. I don't care about this. I mean, people got real life problems where I live, where I grew up. People are dying and getting shot daily. 40 something people got shot in Chicago. What I care about being on MV show.
It's a good show. But do you have these conversations?
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying let's put it all in perspective. I got a good life. I got a great life. Whatever comes with it, even ridiculous rumors about anything.
It's nothing compared to.
It's nothing compared to what where I've been.
Sorry, Mr. Drizzy, for so much y'all talk. Silly me rapping about shit that I really bought. Why these rappers rap about guns they ain't shot?
Just hits, no misses. That's for the married folks. Tell them fix my suite up, cause I'm coming home.
Haters wanna ball, let me tighten up my drawstring. Wrong. Till you own your own, you can't be free. Till you own your own, you can't be me. She. Real life, I'm like Hov. In real life, I'm life goes. In real life, they like me. In real life, I'm like, no.
But I still got love for my idols. I got me a deal with Apple, and I still feel entitled.
Niggas rather work for the man than to work with me. Just so they can pretend they on my level. That shit is irking.
Come with a classic, they come around years later and say it's a sleeper. The ears are real, the petty is real. Might charge my ex for a feature.
These shots with the GOAT. You talk about the shots that you sent with Jay-Z. Why has that relation remained intact? Why has it never gone left?
I think Jay has a lot of respect for me, and he's aware of the massive amount of respect that I have for him at the end of the day. And I think we both enjoy we both enjoyed our moments of, him, checking the young boy and me trying to be like, nah, I'm here,
Any lines that stick out to you? You'd be like, oh, I know what you were talking about.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's plenty. And that bar from that song is a real thing. We met up and really spoke about all our jabs and fallouts and what prompted some of those things. And
Nicki Minaj, publicly aligned with Drake and vocal about Jay's legal situation.
All of y'all, for some reason, when y'all are around certain people, y'all feel that y'all have this power. Fuck you!
It's good, but it's not. Now look at 50 Cent. What does he actually represent to Jay-Z in 2026? Not a business threat. Roc Nation is worth hundreds of millions. 50 owns a TV production company. Not a musical threat. 50 has not released a competitive album in over a decade. Not a legacy threat. His shots at Jay are entertainment. They generate clicks. They do not change the historical record. Uncle Murda appeared on The Real Report just days after the Roots picnic and revealed what 50 Cent and Tony have been saying in private conversations about Jay-Z.
Now what did Jay say? The jig is up.
No, Drake said that.
No.
Oh, you talking about? Okay. You talking about Jay Z? Okay.
You heard it. The jig is up, nigga. I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. Niggas looked up to Hov. I never looked up to them.
I mean, crackers got your publisher, gangster. Go talk tough to them.
Oh, so Jay is saying in the game he figured out who's ahead. He never needed their validation.
Which, how do y'all feel about that? Is that true?
I mean, he's a billionaire, so but now Drake is going to be a billionaire too.
You can't.
It's Jay-Z. It's good for hip hop. We love the battles. We love this. I mean, Jay's been quiet for a long time. Right. A lot of people, blew shots at him, and you thought he wasn't going to say nothing.
He said, Jay's too competitive. 50 says, Jay wants to be the #1 rapper. That quote is the entire key to this story.
Shout out to Brooklyn, but I don't know if it was a Brooklyn spider census or something, because you was like, yo, he gonna come back with a diss. I swear to God, he said that.
I
He
knew
said
it.
that.
I mean,
I didn't think so.
Jay
That's
too
crazy.
competitive, and Jay too competitive. Even when even when we kick it with Fifth, he let you like Jay wants to be the #1 rapper. Period.
Fat Joe occupies the same position. He and 50 Cent had problems publicly for years, nearly destroyed each other's careers over a loyalty dispute connected to Ja Rule and Murder Inc.
I feel so safe tonight with all this police protection courtesy of G-Unit. And the winner is Missy Elliott featuring Sierra and Fat Man Scoop.
Then they became close friends. 50 Cent said in 2024, now he's like my friend, and I don't care that he has relationships with people that I don't.
Joe, when I was beefing with him, he would go, we everywhere, you never there. And it's because I was already in the arenas. So what would I be doing back in the nightclub?
Yeah.
At that point. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't going there.
But you and Joe are cool now, though, right?
Yeah.
Man, you see how that works?
You know what's crazy is he's one of the guys that you actually want to be friends with.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Joe.
I love Joe.
He's even my issues with him was he's loyal to a default.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, he's so loyal,
right,
that he was riding for them because
you inherit this. This is yours too.
Yeah, and then you go on. I'm like, when you look past, time go by, you look back and you go, what exactly was the problem? It might be a guy that you wouldn't be if you were already friends with him and he was that loyal to you. You would love and appreciate him. So you don't.
I never thought in my life I would squash the beef for 50 Cent. When Chris Lighty died, I went to the funeral by myself. 50 Cent is in there, he's in the other side. You know, I don't see him. When I leave, my phone rings to Stephen Hill from BET. And he's like, yo, we're doing a tribute to Chris Lighty on the BET Awards. Mm-hmm. He's like, we're doing Missy, you, 50 Cent. He snuck it in there like, I heard it. And I was like, all right, 1,000,000%, because Chris, I just told you, he saved my life. We rehearse, and then 50 Cent comes out, and he ends up right by where I'm at. When the music stops, he puts his hands out, and he says, peace for Chris Lighty. Chris Lighty wanted peace. I shook his hand. I said, peace? He said, peace, man. Terror Squad G-Unit for Chris Lighty. And that was it.
The pattern is consistent. 50 Cent's public beef and 50 Cent's private reality are two completely different things, and Jay-Z has known that for 20 years. Dissing 50 Cent on that stage would have done one thing, made 50 Cent relevant to a conversation he wasn't actually part of. The Roots picnic was about Jay-Z's legacy, the reunion, the freestyle, the Philadelphia story. Putting 50's name in that moment would have shifted the narrative away from everything Jay was trying to control. Jay-Z didn't get to where he is by fighting every battle he could win. He got there by choosing which battles were worth fighting at all. 50 Cent was not worth the bar, not because Jay can't write it, because writing it gives 50 exactly what he wants, to be in the room.
And, you know, I remember one time walking in the studio, Bleak Beans, everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now, just flood it, put out a lot of music, because 50 Cent is coming. And, you know, 4 months later, in the club hit, and it was over. And it was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out.
When you lay it all out, the Super Bowl block, the Talk with Flea conversation, the Uncle Murda quote, the Roots picnic, a picture emerges that is more sophisticated than a simple beef. Jay-Z and 50 Cent have something that Jay-Z and Dame Dash, Jay-Z and Kanye, Jay-Z and Drake never fully developed. They have mutual understanding. When Jay-Z was named in the Diddy civil lawsuit in December 2024, the lowest point of his public life in recent memory, 50 Cent went on Big Boy TV and said, I just hope things are all right for him internally. He made jokes, because that's what 50 does. But underneath the jokes was something that Dame Dash has never offered Jay-Z, that Kanye has never offered Jay-Z, that Drake has never offered Jay-Z. Restraint, the decision not to go all the way.
The statement is something from, you can tell it was written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, you're going to find out. like how I'll handle this. Like, and that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not like your publicist wouldn't say those things.
50 Cent trolled Jay during the lawsuit. He made memes. He made everyone laugh. But he never made an allegation. He never crossed the line from entertainment into damage. Because crossing that line would have forced a response. And 50 Cent, underneath all the noise, is smart enough to know that a response from Jay-Z would not end well for him.
This is on your.
Put that up.
Yeah, this is on.
50?
Yeah, it says, I don't know what's going on, but are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. You know, I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Because look, they will fall back, but the NFL, they won't necessarily be associated to that.
Right. Why do you not insert yourself, but you're on top of every topic, right?
Yeah. I'm just watching. I'm participating. I'm being part of culture. I'm just telling you my opinion.
Right.
Look,
because you're part of the culture.
Like I can't say anything now. I'm out of it. I'm like I'm going to Dre's studio and just sit with Dre a little.
Right.
And then maybe I stay out of trouble.
50 himself gave the clearest articulation of why this relationship stays in its lane. On Talk with Flea, he said, "I think it's just our culture is competitive. But I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that." He drew the line. Music competition, acceptable. Business blocking, a different level. And ironically, that is exactly the line Jay-Z drew at the Roots picnic. The people who caught bars were people who crossed into something personal, something that threatened the story Jay-Z is trying to tell about himself. 50 Cent, despite everything, never crossed that line far enough to earn a bar.
But I don't have that thing where we ain't had no thing. I wasn't sending nothing at him, big. If it was on the street side like that, we would be actively doing things to each other.
Right.
And we wasn't doing that. Right. But Jay definitely not that. That's definitely not. It's just being competitive.
After the freestyle, Jay-Z went straight into his catalog. No more explanations, no more names, just the music. That is the move of a man who knows exactly which battles he's fighting and which ones he's leaving alone. The Roots picnic told you who Jay-Z has forgiven. The names in the freestyle told you who he hasn't. And the name that wasn't in the freestyle at all, the name that should have been there if this was about clearing the air, told you something more important than any of that. It told you who Jay-Z respects enough to leave alone. 50 Cent has been the loudest voice in hip-hop about Jay-Z for 2 years. He has trolled him, shaded him, clowned him publicly. And Jay-Z, at the biggest performance of his decade, looked straight past him. Some people call that fear. Some people call that indifference. But watch how these two men actually operate. In business, in interviews, behind closed doors according to everyone who has been in the room. And you'll see what it really is. It is the silence of two men who understand each other. And in hip-hop, that might be the rarest thing of all.
A word or a sentence. Eminem. The best. Lloyd Banks. Cool. Tony Yayo. That's my boy. Loyalty. 50 Cent, the rapper. Still got it, man. 50 Cent, the television producer. Just getting going. Future. Talent. Nas. The best. Jay-Z. Good business.
Who 3 other black guys in the game that's big that helped you?
Help Jay's definitely.
Jay helped you?
Yeah.
How did he
As a
help you?
competitor.
Explain it.
Yeah, because he never was someone that you communicate with that you like friends with the person. But I always respected him because he was never an actual competitor in actual fact. He was someone who was a competitor through perception. He continued to sustain his perception of him through eras of artists. Ja was selling more records than Jay-Z.
Yeah, I know. Juvenile, I think, sold more records than Jay-Z.
Juvenile sold much records. A lot of niggas came and sold more records than him. In the period that he still sustained some sort of cool. Yeah.
About that nigga.
Yes.
That takes a genius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes a genius to recognize a genius because I don't appear to be a genius at first sight. You know, I appear to be a crazy, drunk, party animal dude. You would never know what I was. You know what I mean? And it's funny. You know, it's just like a drunken monk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he looks drunk, but he's the nicest in karate type shit. It's like that.
Yeah.
But he saw it, and he believed in me. You know what I mean? Like, he virtually put his life in my hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just for him trusting me like that, you know, I love him forever for that. You know what I mean? Like, when people thought I was crazy,
Yeah.
and when people were telling him, do not fuck with him,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because through our whole relationship, people was like, why are you fucking with him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from Harlem, he's from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why you fuck with that dude? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he's crazy. And he always maintained and stood, you know. And look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was absolutely right.
Yeah.
So that makes him a genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a genius for recognizing a genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then on another level, it's vice versa because I put everything into Jay. You know what I'm saying? So we would battle, I would argue in the street all day. I knew Jay was the illest.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, because people, no one wanted to sign him.
Yeah.
People said he rapped too fast, all kind of shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was kind of genius for me to see that he was going to be the greatest rapper of all time.
Yeah.
And most consistent. He is the greatest rapper of all time. Pound for pound, if you
Yeah.
really lay it down, like
Yeah.
factual shit,
Yeah.
nobody's done it like Jay.
No.
If you go song for anybody, meaning certain people might have a certain amount of good songs and they're hot, but Jay has hundreds of hit records, hit after hit after hit, all different content, all different rap styles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Always at the pulse of the time. Right now, Jay has is part of 4 hit records. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like whatever's going on, he's on it.
Yeah.
You can't make no moves in music without Jay, and he's made money from it.
Yeah.
He's
well, a couple
rich.
of them make great records, and you know, maybe passed away before they could really make some better ones.
Right. And so as I'm saying, I mean, I'm not gonna ever talk about anyone that's not here.
Yeah.
But even in surviving, that's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And being able to be great and live life
Yeah.
is a great. No one even respects that
Yeah.
aspect. You don't know how much pressure it is to be a hip hop star.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers have died behind it.
Niggas wanted to kill me and y'all still with them. Nigga, y'all chill with them. And y'all wonder why we not friends. Best thing I could do is not build with you. When I could destroy you, that takes some fucking discipline. I could send a team to come drill you. I got $1 billion or 2, and I know where the fuck you live. Niggas gotta chill with talking gangster. You should just thank us. Humble yourselves a little bit. This ain't the same Sean that you knew once. I don't shine shoes, this ain't what you want, nah. All that back and forth on the internet. Nigga, we don't tennis that. Y'all gotta do something, yeah. Only thing we respect now is violence. Anything besides this, we playing violence, I'm public enemy. Niggas want to kill me and y'all want me to be friendly. Niggas want sympathy after they want to end me. Be those closest to it, be the very ones that envy. Shout out to the family. I don't want no friends no more, not many understand me. Everybody wants something. You know the price of everything, but the value of nothing.
If you like this video, please be sure to click like to help get the video in the algorithm, and check out this next video to find out how Santana made a major misstep with the Diplomats.
I couldn't tell Jewels what to do. That was Cam's job. It'd be like the uncle or the, telling, and the father's right there. Not to say he was his father, but, he was the older person that was bringing him along. I was gonna sign Jewels before that, before they even met Cam. Him and another little dude. Pause, but I didn't think they were ready. And when they got back with Cam, I was like, damn, hope they guide him right. But, when you're that young, you don't know how to lay you're young. Half your brain is developed. So I just felt bad that they got left. And, I always tried to help after that.
They like, what's in your bag? I'm like, ain't nothing in my bag. It's nothing in my bag. Go ahead, search my bag. I'm telling them this. The camera showed me standing.
The agent sees it on the screen and stops the conveyor. Inside the carry-on bag, attached to identification that belongs to Santana, is a loaded handgun and 8 oxy pills. Santana doesn't wait to find out what happens next. He walks away from the security checkpoint. He leaves his bags. He leaves his ID. He walks out of the airport and gets into a cab. He's on the run for 3 days.
Port Authority police are searching for rapper Juelz Santana. Sources tell CBS 2 a loaded gun was detected in his bag as he went through screening in Newark's Airport Terminal C yesterday. When the gun was detected, Santana reportedly took off, running, possibly jumping into a cab.
3 days later, he turns himself in. What he says about that morning, the gun, the drugs, and the decision to run, reframes the entire story of how one of Dipset's most gifted voices ended up at a federal security checkpoint too high to know what was in his own bag.
I say, listen, bring all the kids downstairs. We're going to cut off all the lights in the house. So just in case they do come, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they might.
Living life too fast to make plans. I'm a trip without a suitcase. Shot when I land. Yeah, it's just the life of a real.
I need to go buy these pounds. Because that's what I was going to do with the money. I was going to buy a mad piece because I was like, I just came from a f***ed up situation. This seemed great, but I ain't risking it. Dame always think everywhere is Wyatt. Everywhere. He doesn't mean it, y'all. He starts talking to this. He's just playing, y'all. He doesn't mean it. He's not buying any pounds. Yes, the f*** I am, man. I need this money. What are we doing, bro?
Yeah.
So anyway, the deal ended up getting done. So that's how I did it.
Through Def Jam?
No, through Roc-A-Fella. Dame was not letting that happen. Dame was not letting the Diplomat Jewels deal go through Def Jam.
In a way, it would kind of just be phony because we haven't really got to the bottom of, the situation. Like I said, Jim and Cam had their own situations, and I had my own situation. When Jim and Cam was going through their situation, I was just like, I was on both sides. It wasn't like I wasn't going to stop with him because they wasn't really, you dig, cutting it too tight. I was just kind of like caught in the middle. I was always loyal to Jim because he was like my brother, and I was always loyal to Cam. You know what I mean?
Yo, I get high with my older niggas, flip pies with my chosen niggas, and I die with my soldier niggas, spit venom with my Cobra niggas. It's Jewel's motherfucker, I told you niggas, can't stop.